OK, on va vérifier les réponses. OK, donc, salut Karine, tu es en vacances ici aussi? Oui, quel plaisir de te revoir. Ces deux charmantes petites filles sont les tiennes? Oui, ce sont quoi?
Les miennes.
Oui, ce sont les miennes. Yes, they are mine. Elles s'appellent Lise et Marie. Tu as des enfants? Oui. Quoi? Fils?
Mon.
Oui, mon fils Luc a 6 ans et ma fille Lucie a 8 ans. Okay, yes. My son Luke is 6 years old and my daughter Lucy is 8. Tes enfants sont plus âgés que... Your children are older than...
Les miennes.
Les miennes, mine. Les miennes parce que enfant, masculin et pluriel. OK. Lise ici a 2 ans et Marie a 3 ans. OK. Puis, on dit quoi? Filles sont très mignonnes.
Ça.
OK. Close. Tes filles, your daughters are very cute. Mais tes, pas ta, mais parce que filles pluriel. Donc, tes filles sont mignonnes. Écoute, quoi? Marie m'attend. Donc, Marie, my husband, mon mari m'attend. My husband is waiting for me. OK? Donc, ça, c'est... oui. OK? Donc, il y a les pronoms possessifs et les adjectifs possessifs. Est-ce qu'il y a des questions? Ici, ça va? OK. OK, donc on passe à d'autres choses, les adjectifs. Ici, Claire travaille à l'hôtel Delta, un hôtel cher à Montréal. Et puis ici, on a ma chère Simone. Okay. Why does share have an E in the right caption, but share does not in the left caption? Ma chère Simone, un hôtel cher. Feminine. Share, hotel is masculine. Simone, okay, la mère de Claire, feminine. Donc, share, ma chère Simone. Okay, note that share follows the noun in the left caption, un hôtel cher, but precedes the noun in the right caption, ma chère Simone. What does this adjective mean when it follows and when it precedes the noun? What is an hôtel cher? What does that mean? An hôtel cher.
An expensive hotel.
Expensive hotel. But ma chère Simone?
Good friend.
My Simone is the name. Simone. Ma chère Simone. Chère here means dear. Chère dans le sens. Donc, la position change. Okay, l'accord et la position. Adjectives in French must agree in number in gender and number with the nouns they modify. An E is typically added to the masculine singular form to make the feminine form, and an S to the singular form to make the form plural. Donc, Exode est le film préféré de Claire. Luce Defoe est sa chanteuse préférée. OK, ça, c'est une révision. Ma fille est heureuse. Ses tâches sont exceptionnelles. C'est un homme actif. Ou bon garçon est heureux, masculin. Ses desserts sont exceptionnels, pluriel. C'est une femme active. Un homme actif, une femme active. Okay. Some adjectives have singular feminine forms that are considerably different. So doux, douce, so you don't just add an E. Doux, masculine form, douce, feminine. Faux, fausse, favori, favorite, frais, fraîche, fou, folle, long, longue, roux, rousse, sec, sèche. Okay. But most adjectives follow the nouns they modify. C'est un étudiant intelligent. Prenominal adjectives describing beauty, age, goodness, or size, as well as number or quantities, come before the noun. Donc, qui est la petite fille? C'est un vieil ami. Ce sont mes nouveaux voisins. J'ai 2 chiens. Il a plusieurs copains. Il y a de nombreux problèmes. OK? Ça, c'est des adjectifs qui précèdent le nom. Donc, des choses comme beauty, age, goodness, size, number, quantities. Ça précède le nom. Some adjectives have different meanings depending on whether they appear before or after the noun. Okay? Some can take both positions, either before or after the noun, but the meaning changes depending on the position. Donc, une ancienne, une ville ancienne, an ancient city after the noun. Mais un ancien étudiant is a former student, okay? When it follows the noun, it means ancient. When it precedes the noun, it means former. Donc, il faut faire attention. Cher, un portable cher, an expensive cell phone. Mais une chère amie, a dear friend. Dernier, l'année dernière, preceding year. Le dernier biscuit, the last cookie. Une femme grande, a tall woman. Un grand écrivain, a great writer. Grand means great if it precedes the noun. Un chien gros, okay, a fat dog. Un gros problème, a big problem. La même robe, the same dress. La robe même, the very dress. Okay, même, the same if it's before the noun. But when it's after the noun, la robe même, it means the very dress. Un étudiant pauvre, a poor student. Un pauvre étudiant, an unfortunate student. So the meaning changes depending on the position. Le mois prochain, the following month. La prochaine visite, the next visit. Une chambre propre is a clean room. Mais sa propre chambre, his own room. Okay, ça c'est très important, c'est vraiment différent. Un homme seul, a man who is alone. Le seul homme, the only man. Okay, donc il faut vraiment porter l'attention à la position des adjectifs. Okay. Si c'est ma chambre, c'est ma propre chambre ou ma chambre propre. Quelle est la réponse? Si c'est ma chambre, c'est ma propre chambre, c'est... Oui, quelqu'un a dit quelque chose? Lequel? Oui, ma propre chambre, my own room. Okay. Si l'étudiant n'a pas d'argent, c'est un pauvre étudiant ou un étudiant pauvre?
B.
B, un étudiant pauvre. Okay. Victor Hugo et Alexandre Dumas sont de grands écrivains ou des écrivains grands? Are they great writers or are they tall writers? Ah oui, de grands écrivains. Ou peut-être les deux. Je ne sais pas si Victor Hugo est grand ou Alexandre Dumas, je ne sais pas non plus. Une femme avec 3 hommes. Une femme et 3 hommes, c'est la seule femme ou une femme seule? C'est la seule femme, the only woman. Okay, not the lonely woman, but the only woman. Okay, donc la position est très importante. OK. Donc, terminer chaque phrase de manière logique dans le style de l'étape 1. Donc, je vais te donner quelques minutes pour penser. Donc, si c'est un ami que j'aime ou que je chéris beaucoup, c'est un ami. Oui, je vous donne le premier. Si c'est un ami que j'aime ou que je chéris beaucoup, c'est un ami, c'est un cher ami. Hein, c'est un cher ami. Donc, complétez le reste. OK, on corrige, comme j'ai dit, numéro 1, c'est un cher ami. Hein? Si c'est un ami que j'aime ou que je chéris beaucoup, c'est un cher ami, a dear friend. Okay. Numéro 2, un professeur du semestre passé est un
ancien professeur.
Oui, c'est un ancien professeur, a former professor, not an ancient professor, a former professor. Ancien professeur, très bien. Si nous sommes en mai et nous voyageons en juin, notre voyage est le
Grand voyage.
Pas tout à fait, c'est le mois prochain, the next month. C'est ça. Si nous sommes en mai, we're in May and we're traveling in June, our trip is the next month, le mois prochain. S'il n'y a plus d'examens après celui-là, c'est le, if there are no more exams after this one, c'est le
Dernier examen.
dernier examen ou le seul examen possible aussi, the only exam or le dernier examen. OK? Donc, est-ce qu'il y a des questions? Ça va? OK. Ça, c'est pas très difficile. C'est juste qu'il faut retenir which adjectives can be placed in which position, in both positions, and I make sure you know the meaning of each depending on the position. OK. OK. Vrai ou faux? OK. Note the grammar. Okay. When prenominal adjectives precede a plural noun, the indefinite article des usually becomes de. So, elle travaille avec de nouveaux collègues. So we don't really say des nouveaux collègues, but de nouveaux collègues, because there's a pronominal adjective preceding a plural noun. Numbers and the adjectives plusieurs and quelques replace the indefinite article des. So if you're using plusieurs, quelques, you would just simply say j'ai quelques amis ou j'ai plusieurs amis. Okay? Mais ici, elle travaille avec de nouveaux collègues. Okay? Pas des nouveaux collègues. It's just a recognition thing. Okay? Vrai ou faux? True or false? OSU a d'excellents parking. Vrai ou faux? Vrai ou faux? Caitlin, vrai ou faux?
Faux.
Faux, OK. Oui, tout le monde est d'accord? Oui, c'est faux. C'est vraiment faux. OSU a d'horribles parking. Vrai ou faux?
Vrai.
Vrai, OK. Je suis d'accord. Les parkings à OSU sont grandes. Vrai ou faux? Les parkings à OSU sont grandes. Ça, c'est vrai ou faux? Que penses-tu? Andrew?
Vrai.
Vrai? Oui, je pense que ils sont assez grandes. Ils sont assez grands. OSU a ses propres parkings. Vrai ou faux? Actually, I don't know the answer to this. OSU a ses propres parkings.
Vrai.
C'est vrai? C'est true?
I think so.
Their own-
Yeah, their own
oh,
parking.
is it their own? Is it their own, or do they contract it out to other companies? Is it really?
Campus Park, they contracted it out. They just own the land. They still, they own the ground lease, but.
But
Campus
they own the
Park-
land, but not the actual parking, because parking has
Yeah.
gone way up since I started working here.
Yeah, it's through campus parking.
Okay,
That's
it's privatized. Okay, so OSU as a proper parking, does OSU have it as its own parking? OSU oui, les parkings à OSU sont propres. Ça, c'est vrai ou faux? Totally different meaning there. Les parkings à OSU sont propres. Vrai ou faux? Que pensez-vous?
Vrai.
C'est vrai en général? Oui, c'est pas pire. Peut-être. OK, les parkings OSU sont propres. The parking lot OSU are clean. Parce que propre suit la norme. It's following. And so it means clean and not own. OSU has a proper parking. OSU has its own parking. OK. OK, juste pour terminer, on n'a pas beaucoup de temps. Vous avez lu un texte sur la vie de famille et carrière professionnelle, n'est-ce pas? Donc, qui a mis en place le gouvernement, que a mis en place le gouvernement français pour encourager les femmes à avoir des enfants tout en maintenant leur emploi? Okay, so what did the French government put in place to encourage women to have children while also maintaining their career? Donc, la réponse est les congés maternité et paternité. OK, ça, c'est la réponse. Donc, comment est calculé le congé maternité en France? OK, en fonction du nombre d'enfants. OK, how is it calculated, maternity leave? C'est en fonction du nombre d'enfants. Et de quoi peut bénéficier le père pour une naissance ou pour l'accueil d'un enfant? Okay, so what does the father benefit from? Donc, il a droit à un congé paternité de 11 jours pour un enfant et de 18 jours pour plusieurs enfants. Okay? Donc, en France, le père a le droit d'un congé paternité. Donc, 11 jours pour un enfant, 18 jours pour plusieurs enfants. Puis, quelles sont les mesures mises en place au Québec pour aider la maternité? Donc, c'est le congé maternité, le congé paternité et ce qui est différent, le congé parental. Okay? So Quebec has something that's different, actually, not just maternity leave and paternity leave, it also has parental leave. because the mother can take a leave, a maternity leave. The father can take a paternity leave, but then they both can also share another type called the congé parental leave, that they can decide who's going to take it, the mother or the father, or they can both take it and split the parental leave. So ça c'est la différence. I have a friend in Quebec who decided to split. They have 4 kids. They just had a 4th one, and they decided to so you imagine they have to have a leave. They're 2 years. The kids are 2 years apart, so they're not quite grown up to be able to take care of the other ones, and so they decided to actually. So the maternity leave. Valerie took the maternity leave. She had like 13 weeks of maternity. 13 weeks, not was it 13? No, it's 13 months, not weeks. It's 13 months of maternity leave. And then paternity leave is less. Can't remember exactly how much. And then they can share the parental one. And I think I think they ended up splitting that one. Okay, that is Quebec. Okay. What did I do here? Okay, number of weeks. This is something that I found, and I don't remember the date, so it may be different now than what this was. It's not that old, but not the most recent either. So this is a chart, the number of weeks of paid parental leave. Parental here in terms of, it could mean either. I don't think they really made a distinction. So maternity leave in the US versus the rest of the world. This is required. Okay, required maternity leave or parental leave. So what do we have here? So we have how many weeks are 108 weeks. Estonia. Germany, 66 to 74 weeks. Sweden is 69. Canada is 50 weeks. Finland, what's that, 70, is that 44 or 77? Anyway, so a lot. France is 16 weeks, in the United States is 0 currently. Is that still the case in the United States?
Yes, I think so.
We're talking about and of course, employers, right, can choose, can decide to grant paternity leave, maternity leave, but this is talking about sort of
The
required.
law. Yeah, I don't think there's any like requirement for employers to give any like leave, unfortunately, yet.
What is the case? Are you aware of other countries that you're aware of what is happening in other countries? This is just what I found, some countries represented here, but are there other countries that you might be aware of, and if they give maternity leave, paternity leave, or parental leave? So, but this is pretty significant. I don't know if it's still 16 weeks in France. But I do know that because my experience is in Quebec, and I don't have any children myself, but looking at my friends there, they're very generous. I had a friend who adopted a child from Haiti, and she got 13 months of maternity leave for adopting a child. And this is just about this adoption, and it's these are efforts to encourage people to have, well, maybe also because the birth rate in Quebec is declining too. They want to also encourage people to have children, but at the same time to to make it possible for people to also maintain their careers. And so just looking at this, then just from a kind of intercultural competence kind of point of view, I mean, what are your reactions on this? Sometimes I look at this and it's kind of shocking to see that the United States is so far behind, but I'm also, with intercultural comps, trying to step back and try to sometimes not to judge too quickly and try to think about, is there some
I mean, just from like a not like just trying to be decent, or like my first thought would probably be like, I don't know, maybe United States has like some other programs in place, you know, that they obviously don't value this one. I don't know. Maybe they do something else for pay like to help parents.
To help parents, yeah. Although I haven't been able to come up with a thing. I mean, I'm trying to, because my gut reaction, is to like sometimes pass judgment when I say like this is kind of shocking, but I'm trying, because I'm learning too. Intercultural comp is a lifelong thing that we develop, and I some days, I feel I'm making progress, and other days I feel I'm regress. In fact, I did one of these tests before, and I did regress. Well, and I'm trying to think, but I don't know. But from my personal experience, I just know people having a hard time in the United States and with daycare. In Quebec, you know how much daycare is in Quebec? It's $4 a day for daycare. It's subsidized by the government. It's $4 a day. I think it's gone up now, but it's a great system. The daycare is great in Quebec, and it was a couple of years ago. I don't know now, but that long ago, it was $4 a day per child.
Yeah, I know personally, like being like, I guess like born and raised in like the United States, like I personally don't really want to have like kids here. So because of how hard it is, like if I do have children, I plan on like moving to like a country where there's like better
Better
like
care, yeah.
yeah, especially toward like
Resources.
women.
Yeah, I thought I saw on the news, not just like maybe last week in Columbus. Was it here? Did anyone see this? That about the high cost of daycare, and that some parents are choosing one parent that choose not to work because it's cheaper to not. It's better to not work and take care of the children rather than pay for the daycare. And again, I don't have any children, so I don't have any experience with that. But I don't know. I just said something about just get your reactions about this, and if you see, what conclusions can be drawn, looking at other like Francophone countries and other cultures. I mean, do you think that things are much harder in the United States, given this, than elsewhere, or at least these places anyway? It sounds like it's something we're trying to move towards more, to fix. But I do know too. I know actually one of my graduate students, Lauren, who's she was a professor somewhere. Now she's in Dublin, Ireland, with her husband. And they have 2 kids, and they had to actually she had to work, and her husband had to work, and they couldn't find a spot. Even if they paid, they couldn't find a spot for daycare. That she said that it's like you have to sign up when you think you want to have a child. You have to start signing up, or you won't get a place. So they didn't get a place, and so her daughter had to go live with her in-laws temporarily because there was just no daycare for her daughter. And this is not the United States now. This is in Ireland. So apparently in Ireland, there's an issue there as well. And so just to finish off, just to get, and anyone had anything to share just from your experience of other countries or people or yourself?
I know like I know somebody who recently had a kid, and they had like 2 incomes and like owned a house, and it's become like so financially like hard because they didn't get any leave when the kid came. So like she had to like quit like her job, I think, right? She like quit her job, and then and then they're like a sole income for a while, but then it became like really expensive and they couldn't really afford to put them in daycare. So until I think there were two, like it was like a single income like household instead of like having the parental leave or like subsidized like daycare.
Mhm.
And yeah, so
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Well, and I said all this about Quebec and how great these benefits are, but at the same time, though, the downside, though, at the same time is taxes are really high in Quebec. They're really high. So I mean, there is that balance too. I mean, the services are there, but at the same time, income tax is very high, sales tax is very high. It is I think because we have to pay both the federal tax and provincial tax on everything that we buy. So that adds up to almost 18% whenever you make any kind of a purchase. So I should mention that side of it too, in trying to, and so the taxes in the United States are not nearly as high as they are in Quebec. So there's that balance. Okay, but something to think about that you might see on future exams to reflect on, these differences in benefits for to help people have, to be able to have children and to maintain their careers, and what that might mean cross-culturally, and in terms of our intercultural competence. So just something to keep in mind. Okay. Donc, merci beaucoup. Okay, well, I will end here. Just a reminder again to you, Conversations Unbound is due on Thursday. But again, if you are having any kind of issues, either with communicating with your tutor, reach out to the person. I can't remember her name. Reach out to her, and she will help you. And at the same time, let me know. Okay, and I am happy to extend deadlines for you if you need that. OK. Donc, c'est tout pour ce soir. Merci beaucoup. Donc, on va se voir jeudi. OK, donc à jeudi. Au revoir.
Au revoir.